Have you ever walked through life with a silent question echoing through your soul? Why do I feel so different? Not just misunderstood, but entirely out of sync with those around you. Even within your family, among the people who share your blood, it feels like you're a stranger in a familiar land. You speak a language they don't understand. You carry emotions they refuse to feel. You see truths they fear to acknowledge. And still, you wonder, is something wrong with me? Let me speak to your soul. Nothing is wrong with you. In fact, everything is right. You were not placed here by chance. You were assigned, anointed, chosen. But chosen for what? Let's go deeper, beyond what the eye can see and the mind can grasp. Let us travel through the hidden corridors of destiny, through the sacred silence where heaven writes in whispers. Because this isn't just about you. It's about the legacy you carry, the chains you're here to break, and the light you're destined to ignite in a world that forgot how to see. To be chosen is not to be celebrated. It is to be set apart. It's not a path of praise, but one of purpose. It doesn't come with comfort, but with a sacred responsibility that often feels heavier than expected. This journey is not lined with applause, but with moments of silent bravery. Chosen ones often feel suspended between two worlds. While others build their lives around safety and familiarity, you are drawn to deeper questions, the ones that shake the soul and stir the silence. You notice what others ignore. You feel what they've hidden. You cry when others laugh. You long for more when they settle for less. And in the quiet corners of your spirit, questions keep returning. Why do I feel pain no one else seems to notice? Why does this burden feel so ancient and yet so present? Because you weren't meant to numb it. You were meant to transform it. The weight you carry is sacred. It did not come to destroy you, but to burn away the illusions that keep others in chains. You are not just walking through fire. You are becoming the flame, a steady, quiet light that cannot be ignored. Your path is not the easy one, but it is the one that heals, that remembers, and that rebuilds what was once broken. This is not weakness. This is legacy. This is the mark of the chosen, those called not to fit in, but to change everything that follows. Spiritual isolation is not loneliness, it is sacred separation. It's the quiet space where everything familiar begins to fade, not to punish you, but to prepare you. People who once felt close now feel distant. Places that once felt like home no longer offer comfort. This isn't a sign that you're being abandoned. It's a sign that you're being set apart. You see, those who carry a divine calling cannot remain hidden in the crowd. You weren't meant to blend in. You were meant to be called out, for refinement, for revelation, for purpose. And that process begins in silence. Just like a seed must be buried in darkness before it blooms, your soul must pass through solitude to awaken its true strength. You may ask, why are doors closing just as I'm ready to walk through them? Why do friendships fade when I'm finally ready to open my heart? Why does my family seem blind to who I really am? The answer is not rejection. It is redirection. It is the divine hand rearranging your world so that your spirit can rise without distraction. Even the great ones, prophets, visionaries, healers, were unseen in their own homes. Remember Joseph, betrayed by his brothers not because of his weakness but because of his destiny. Those around him could sense the crown before it was visible. So if you feel hidden, misunderstood, or forgotten, know this: heaven hides what is sacred until it is ready to be revealed. Your isolation is not an ending. It is a sacred cocoon. A place where your spirit grows wings, not in applause, but in alignment. Before elevation comes separation. Before purpose comes preparation. You are not being left behind. You are being led deeper. There's a gift you carry, quiet, invisible, yet powerful. It's called divine sensitivity. While others move through life unaware, you feel everything. You notice the tension behind someone's smile, the sorrow hidden in silence, the unspoken pain that lingers in the room. This sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a sacred awareness. You may have been told that you're too emotional or too intense, but what they don't see is that you're tuned into a different frequency. While the world is distracted by noise, you hear the whisper. While others dismiss subtle shifts, your spirit senses what's beneath the surface. You were born with this awareness not to be overwhelmed by it, but to serve as a guardian, a spiritual watchtower for your family, your community, your lineage. Yes, it can feel lonely. Yes, it can feel like a burden. Feeling everything so deeply often means carrying what others refuse to face. But don't mistake your depth for fragility. Your sensitivity is your strength. It's the compass that leads you through chaos, the radar that detects truth beneath appearances. In moments of crisis, when others crumble, you stand still. You pray, you listen, you respond. Not from fear, but from divine clarity. This ability to feel, to discern, to see beyond the surface, it's not accidental. It's a calling. You are not here to be hardened by the world. You are here to soften it, to offer presence in places of pain and light in spaces where others see only shadow. The depth of your heart was never meant to isolate you. It was designed to awaken others, because the ones who feel most deeply are often the ones who heal most powerfully. And that, dear soul, is the sacred gift you've been carrying all along. Every family carries invisible patterns, habits passed down like heirlooms, unspoken rules wrapped in silence. Pain is disguised as tradition. Wounds repeat through generations, not because they are chosen, but because no one dared to stop them. Until you. You didn't come to continue what has always been. You came to interrupt it, to face what others have avoided, to feel what others have buried. You carry within you the courage to say what no one else could say. It ends with me. You may not have asked for this role. It often feels too heavy, too lonely. But make no mistake, your presence is not an accident. You are the divine disruption. The soul strong enough to confront the shadows of your lineage, not with bitterness, but with truth and healing. Breaking cycles isn't dramatic. It's subtle, sacred work. It's choosing honesty when silence is expected. Choosing forgiveness when resentment is easier. Choosing love when you were never taught how. And no one may see the work you're doing. No one may cheer you on. But heaven does. You are not only releasing yourself, you're releasing those who came before and those who will come after. Your healing echoes in both directions. The chains you break today become the freedom your children live tomorrow. This is legacy work, spiritual architecture. You're not here just to survive your bloodline. You're here to transform it. You are the answer to prayers your ancestors whispered when no one else was listening. You are the new beginning your lineage never thought possible. And while the journey is hard, the reward is holy. A family reborn through your willingness to be the one who stood up, the one who said yes. Breaking chains is only the beginning. The deeper calling of the chosen one is not just to tear down what's broken, but to build something sacred in its place. You weren't just sent to end the pain. You were sent to plant seeds of healing where hurt once ruled. You are here to build altars. Altars of forgiveness where bitterness once stood. Altars of truth in places once filled with secrets. Altars of peace in homes that only knew survival. While others may only see the damage, you see what can rise from the ashes. You're not merely a breaker of cycles. You are a creator of legacy. This work is quiet. It's not flashy or celebrated. No one may ever fully understand the weight of what you're doing, but you do it anyway. Because you know the cost of staying silent. You know the price of pretending everything is fine when it's not. And you've chosen to pay that price, not just for yourself, but for those who will come after you. Your children, your siblings, even those not yet born. They will walk in freedoms they never had to fight for. They will laugh easily because you wept in silence. They will rest in safety because you carried the battle in your bones. And one day they'll ask, how did things change? And the answer will whisper through generations, because someone chose to rebuild. That someone is you. You are not just repairing what was broken. You are reshaping the spiritual landscape of your bloodline. You are turning ruins into refuge, pain into purpose, and history into hope. This is sacred construction, and every silent act of courage you choose lays a foundation that no storm can shake. You felt it, a quiet unrest, a sacred pull toward something more. Even when everything seemed fine, something inside you whispered, "This isn't it." While others were content with the surface, you sensed a deeper current calling your name. That feeling wasn't confusion, it was confirmation. You were born for a shift. You've carried fire in your bones while others slept through their lives. You've questioned what others never dared to examine. You've felt out of place not because you are lost, but because you were designed to lead the way. You are not too sensitive. You are not too intense. You are exactly as heaven intended, a soul calibrated for transformation. Not everyone will understand you. Some may mock your journey, dismiss your depth, or question your choices. But they weren't given your vision. They weren't assigned your role. You are not meant to be normal. You are meant to be catalytic. The shift doesn't come through the loud or the powerful. It comes through the willing, through those who choose healing when pain is easier, who choose truth when silence is safer, who choose love when bitterness feels justified. You are that choice in human form. This isn't just about you. Your courage will ripple through generations. Your obedience will bless those you may never meet. What you are birthing now will one day feel like ease to those who follow, but only because you were brave enough to carry the labor. So when the world asks, "Who do you think you are?" answer, not in pride, but in sacred clarity. I am the shift, the beginning of the new, the ending of what no longer serves, the bridge between what was and what can be. And your time is now. To you, the one who feels deeply, walks quietly, and carries light into places that forgot what light feels like, this blessing is for you. May every curse that followed your family dissolve in the warmth of your courage. May your hands build what fear tried to destroy. May your tears water the soil of future freedom. And may your life become a sanctuary for those still searching for hope. You were never walking alone. Every quiet act of healing, every moment you chose grace over reaction, has been witnessed by heaven. The fire did not consume you. It refined you. You didn't just survive. You became the keeper of the flame. One day, someone will laugh freely because you cried in silence. Someone will love boldly because you forgave what others could not. And someone will rise with strength in their bones, unaware that it was your journey that cleared their path. So when you doubt your impact, remember, legacies are not built in the spotlight. They're written in the unseen, sacred choices you make every day. You are not just part of the story. You are the turning point. Thank you for walking this path with us today. If this message stirred something in your spirit, consider subscribing to this channel, not just to stay connected, but to continue growing within a community that sees you, honors you, and walks beside you. And if your heart is ready to declare it, say it with me in the comments. I am the shift. Until next time, keep shining. Your flame lights the way. Chosen one, can you feel it? There's a vibration in the silence, a soft pulse beneath the surface of your daily life. It doesn't shout. It whispers. Something holy is forming just beyond the veil of ordinary perception, and it's calling your name. This isn't just another motivational message. This is a sacred signal from realms unseen. Sunday is not just a day on the calendar. It is a portal, an invitation. What's coming may not be loud, but it will be undeniable. Before beginning the video, let's subscribe, like this video, and stay with me until the end of this message, and you will understand why you were led here. This is your moment. You weren't guided here by accident. Every pause in your life, Every detour, every door that stayed shut longer than you hoped, was part of a cosmic choreography. God wasn't delaying your miracle. He was designing the moment. Your spirit has been sensing it. A restlessness, a divine tension, as if something ancient within you has been stretching, preparing for expansion. You may have felt discomfort, dreams becoming more vivid, a strange clarity growing in the silence. This is spiritual calibration. Heaven has been setting the stage not for a small blessing, but for a sequence of revelations, personal, powerful, permanent. And the first key unlocks this Sunday. The revelation may arrive as a casual word from a stranger, or a thought that gently lands while you're washing the dishes, a memory that resurfaces, a sudden peace that interrupts your anxiety, a divine reversal in a situation that felt stuck. It may look ordinary, but it will resonate with eternity. It will be wrapped in simplicity, yet saturated in purpose. And here's the wonder. If you're not spiritually alert, you might miss it. Not because God is hiding it, but because His voice often arrives in stillness. He doesn't force His way in. He waits for your awareness. This is why now is the time to pay attention, to slow down, to move through your weekend as if walking on sacred ground. Divine surprises don't always look like what we prayed for. Sometimes they come dressed as disruptions, as endings, as uncomfortable nudges or bold invitations. But their signature is peace, not ease, not predictability, but peace that transcends logic. A stillness in your chest that says, "This is it. Walk through." This Sunday won't just bring you a moment. It will awaken momentum. Connections will start forming. Ideas will begin flowing. People will show up with answers you didn't ask out loud. The first sign of transformation won't appear on the outside. It will awaken from within. You'll feel a shift, not in your surroundings, but in your perception. It will be a quiet resurrection of self, a rising clarity that replaces confusion, a calm knowing that takes the place of striving. What emerges won't be arrogance, but a confidence. You'll move with quiet purpose, speak with unwavering truth, not to impress, but because you are finally in alignment with your essence. This is not about receiving something new. It's about remembering something eternal. You will begin to embody the version of yourself you've glimpsed in moments of prayer and vision, the one who walks in grace, stands in authority, and no longer questions their divine worth. This isn't a step forward in the world. It's a return to who you've always been beneath the noise, a reunion with your true self. In the days leading up to Sunday, begin to treat your inner world as sacred space. Let your soul become a sanctuary, a quiet refuge where the divine can whisper clearly. Step away from the noise of comparison, the urgency of expectation, and the echo of fear. Instead, embrace stillness as your nourishment. Move through this weekend with reverence, as if walking on holy ground. Wake slowly, without rush. Notice the subtle stirrings in your spirit and journal them, no matter how faint. Take gentle walks, not to arrive somewhere, but to listen. Look closely at what feels insignificant, because hidden within the ordinary are seeds of the extraordinary. The divine rarely shouts. It glows softly. And when your spirit is quiet enough, you'll recognize the miracle hiding in the mundane. This Sunday is not a conclusion, it's a beginning. Not the final chapter, but the spark that sets a divine sequence into motion. As the shift unfolds, each moment of clarity will become a stepping stone. One insight will naturally lead to the next, and each act of quiet obedience will open doors crafted specifically for your soul's journey. Even what once felt like rejection will be revealed as redirection, making space for blessings that truly belong to you. And here is the quiet miracle. You won't need to chase what's coming. You won't have to force anything into place, because what's aligned with your spirit will begin to find its way to you effortlessly. This is no longer a season of striving. You've graduated from pursuit to presence, from chasing to attracting. Now, simply by standing in your truth, you become magnetic to what's meant for you. Every pause, every detour, Every moment that felt like a setback was, in truth, a part of divine design. What you once called delay was actually protection, grace wrapped in mystery. If the blessing had come too soon, you might have doubted it. You may have clung to it from fear, misunderstood its weight, or lacked the depth to carry it well. But that version of you is gone. Now your roots are deeper. You've been refined in silence, strengthened in surrender, and expanded through endurance. Your discernment is clear, your heart is open, and your spirit is finally in alignment. You are no longer striving to catch up. You are standing in divine timing. You are ready. And what's meant for you is already on its way. Don't look for drama. Look for direction. What's coming won't announce itself with noise or spectacle, but with something far more sacred: clarity, calm, and an undeniable sense of inner knowing. It will whisper, not shout. And if your spirit is listening, you'll recognize it by the gentle confirmations it brings. Pay close attention to the subtle movements of your soul: a sudden urge to reach out to someone, an unexpected desire to bless another without reason, a simple conversation that echoes in your heart long after it ends, or an emotional release that feels like exhale after holding your breath. These aren't coincidences. They are spiritual signals, divine cues wrapped in simplicity, inviting you to notice the holy woven into the ordinary. Because when heaven speaks, it often does so in stillness. And if you're quiet enough, you'll feel the message written just for you. What's coming isn't just something you'll receive, it's something you'll become. This is not merely a shift in your circumstances, it's a shift in your identity. You're not just reaching a milestone in your journey, you're being transformed by it. You are stepping out of the role of the one who waited, who carried silent pain and hidden questions, and stepping fully into the identity of one who walks with purpose, clarity, and quiet confidence. This Sunday marks more than a moment. It signals the alignment of your inner growth with your outer life. You'll begin to notice that the world around you starts to reflect the changes that have already taken place within you. The old versions of yourself, the ones shaped by fear, by striving, by self-doubt, will fall away like autumn leaves. No longer performing to be seen, you'll begin to simply live as who you were always meant to be. And that changes everything. Not everyone will understand the shift taking place within you, and that's perfectly okay. This transformation wasn't meant for their recognition. What's unfolding now is not a performance. It's a private summit between your soul and the divine. You won't need to convince anyone of your growth, because your presence will begin to speak for itself. There will be a new light in your eyes, a different weight to your words, and a quiet authority in your energy. It won't be loud, but it will be unmistakable. This moment is sacred. After Sunday, don't expect everything to change in a sudden flash. Expect it to unfold with grace. Let your spirit remain sensitive, your energy soft, and your heart open. Release the need to predict or control what comes next. Trust the unfolding. Let awe guide you, not anxiety. The divine always moves in rhythm, not rush. Here is the quiet revelation. This entire season has been about realignment, a gentle unraveling of striving, proving, and fear, so you could finally hear your soul's voice again. You're not stepping into something magical. You're returning to your natural rhythm, the one you were always meant to live in. Not a performance, not a reinvention, but a return to truth. And in that return, something powerful awakens. Not because you chased it, but because you became ready to receive it. So now, beloved soul, as Sunday draws near, step into it not with urgency, but with reverence. Let your heart be still. Let your spirit remain open. You don't need to predict how it will unfold. Just trust that it will. This is not about forcing, fixing, or figuring it all out. It's about surrendering to divine timing. It's about showing up fully present for what heaven has already set in motion. Let this Sunday be more than a date. Let it be a door, a sacred appointment between your soul and your destiny. You don't have to chase it. You simply have to notice it. And when the moment comes, because it will, May you recognize it, respond to it, and rise with it. Thank you for walking this path with us, for being open, present, and willing to receive. If this message stirred something in you, let your spirit stay connected. Have you ever felt like you were born for something greater? Something beyond the ordinary? Like there's a part of you that's awake, aware, and searching, while the rest of the world seems asleep? If so, know this: you are not alone. You are one of the chosen. This message wasn't found by accident. It was drawn to you at exactly the right time, because your spirit is ready to rise. Today, I invite you on a journey, a sacred awakening to who you truly are, why you have walked through seasons of isolation, and how to finally connect with the tribe that will walk with you into your destiny. This is not just a message, it's a calling. Are you ready to answer? Before beginning the video, let's subscribe, like this video, and stay with me until the end of this message, and you will understand why you were led here. This is your moment. To be called a chosen one is often misunderstood. It is not a title meant to elevate the ego or suggest superiority over others. Rather, it is a sacred designation, a profound spiritual responsibility that sets you on a unique and challenging path. Long before your first breath, before you stepped into this physical world, your soul made a deliberate agreement. It accepted a divine mission, a higher calling that would require strength, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to truth. This calling marks you as different, not in a superficial way, but at the very core of your being. From a young age, you may have sensed that you didn't quite fit into the ordinary rhythms of life. You felt a subtle yet persistent yearning for something deeper, something more meaningful than what others seem satisfied with. While many are content with surface-level distractions and fleeting pleasures, your spirit has always been drawn to profound truths and a higher purpose. This restless longing is not a flaw or a curse. It is the unmistakable sign of a soul awakened to its divine assignment. Being chosen means you carry a light that shines differently in a world that often embraces darkness. It means you are called to stand for love, integrity, and authenticity, even when it is difficult, even when it costs you comfort, relationships, or acceptance. Your mission is not to blend in or to conform, but to be a beacon that awakens and inspires others. This role is not easy. It demands courage to walk a path that few understand, resilience to endure trials that sometimes feel unbearable, and humility to serve a purpose greater than yourself. You may have experienced isolation, rejection, or misunderstanding because of this. Perhaps your sensitivity was labeled as weakness, your intensity mistaken for anger, or your quiet depth dismissed as aloofness. But these experiences have not been accidental. They have been part of your preparation, tools refining your spirit and deepening your wisdom. Your ability to see beyond the surface, to discern the hidden motives in others, and to sense spiritual truths is a gift. It sets you apart, but it also equips you for the sacred work ahead. To be chosen by God or the divine is to accept a responsibility that often comes with hardship. The greater the calling, the heavier the trials. You have likely faced challenges that would have broken others, yet here you are, still standing, still listening, still answering the call. This endurance is not simply human strength, it is divine grace at work in you. It proves that your soul is marked for something extraordinary. In essence, being chosen means you are a spiritual warrior. Your journey is one of awakening, healing, and transformation. It is a path that leads you to love deeper, feel more profoundly, and live with purpose. You are not here to be like everyone else. You were born different, not by chance, but by divine design. And in embracing this truth, you begin to step fully into the powerful, beautiful destiny that awaits you. One of the most difficult aspects of being chosen is the experience of isolation. For many who walk this sacred path, there comes a season, sometimes lasting years, when they feel deeply alone, unseen, and misunderstood. This solitude can feel heavy, even painful, as if the world has turned its back, and no one truly knows the weight you carry. But this season of isolation is not a punishment or a sign of failure. Instead, it is a divine invitation to prepare, to purify, and to become ready for the mission you were born to fulfill. Throughout history, those who carried great spiritual callings often retreated into solitude before stepping into their purpose. Think of the prophets who wandered the wilderness, the mystics who sought silence in caves, and even the Messiah who withdrew from the crowds to pray and reflect. These moments of solitude were never accidental. They were essential. They created space for transformation, a space where distractions fall away and the soul can deepen its connection with the divine. Your own season of isolation has likely involved a stripping away of comfort, familiar relationships, and old identities. People who once seemed close may have drifted away. Doors you expected to open have closed, and the familiar rhythms of life have shifted dramatically. While this process can feel confusing or even painful, it is a sacred work of refinement. The divine is removing all that no longer belongs, making room for the new you, the one who is aligned with your higher purpose. In isolation, you learn to trust something deeper than the approval of others or the security of familiar surroundings. You are invited to rely on the inner voice of divine guidance, which often speaks most clearly in the quiet moments when the world's noise fades away. This is where your spiritual discernment is sharpened, where your faith is tested, and where your true identity begins to emerge without masks or pretenses. It's important to understand that this period of solitude is also a form of protection. The gifts you carry, the light, the wisdom, the healing, are precious and powerful. They are not meant to be exposed to the wrong environments or people before you are fully ready. The Most High has sheltered you, hidden your anointing until the timing is perfect. This divine protection may have felt like loneliness or abandonment, but in truth, it was a shield guarding your sacred calling. While isolation can feel like a heavy burden, it is also a sacred blessing. It is a time when your spirit is being fortified, your purpose clarified, and your character strengthened. You are being prepared not only to walk your path, but to lead others, to guide your tribe, and to fulfill the mission only you can accomplish. So if you are in this season now, know that you are not forgotten. You are not broken. You are being molded by divine hands, readying you for a time of profound connection and powerful service. This sacred season of isolation will pass, and when it does, you will step forward transformed, whole, wise, and radiant, prepared to rise and walk fully in the light you were born to carry. The moment of spiritual awakening is one of the most profound and transformative experiences you can encounter. It is not something that happens by accident or as a fleeting phase. It is a deliberate divine shaking that pulls you out of the sleep of illusion and calls you into a higher reality. This awakening changes everything, uprooting old beliefs, altering your perceptions, and reshaping your very soul. Before awakening, the world may have felt familiar but somehow hollow. You went through life following patterns, beliefs, and roles that were handed down or adopted unconsciously. But deep inside, something stirred. A quiet voice, a restless longing, or an inner knowing that there had to be more. When the awakening comes, it is like a veil lifting from your eyes. Suddenly, you begin to see the world, and yourself, with new clarity and depth. This awakening often feels violent and confusing because it dismantles the comfortable illusions that once gave you security. You may start to question everything: your relationships, your values, your purpose. Habits that once brought comfort no longer satisfy. People and situations you once accepted may no longer feel right. This process can be painful because it forces you to confront your shadows, your fears, and the parts of yourself you might have hidden away. But this pain is sacred. It is the death of the false self and the birth of your authentic spirit. The spiritual awakening is a rebirth that frees you from chains of deception, self-betrayal, and spiritual sleep. You begin to awaken to your divine identity, your unique gifts, and your higher mission on earth. The voice of the Most High grows louder in your heart, guiding you toward truth and away from illusions. With this new vision, you start to recognize signs and synchronicities that once went unnoticed. Repeating numbers, meaningful encounters, and subtle messages all become confirmations that you are on the right path. Your intuition sharpens, and you develop a heightened sensitivity to energies around you. You may feel the pain of others more deeply, sense the unspoken truths in conversations, or receive dreams and visions that guide your steps. However, this awakening can also bring isolation. As your truth deepens, you may find it harder to connect with those who remain asleep to these realities. This separation, while painful, is necessary to protect your growth and to prepare you for new soul-aligned relationships. Ultimately, the awakening is a sacred preparation, a clearing away of falsehoods so that your true frequency can rise. And once your frequency rises, you begin to attract your soul tribe, those who vibrate at the same spiritual level and share your divine mission. Your awakening is not just about you. It is the key that unlocks the door to a community where you will be understood, supported, and empowered. This is the moment where your path truly begins. The confusion and chaos give way to clarity and purpose. Your soul's voice becomes unmistakable, calling you onward. The awakening changes everything because it reconnects you to your origin, your divine source, and your sacred calling. Embrace this transformation, even when it feels difficult. It is the essential step toward becoming the powerful, radiant being you were always meant to be. After the deep transformation of your spiritual awakening, a new longing begins to stir within you, the desire to find your soul tribe. This tribe is not just a group of friends or acquaintances. They are the people who resonate with your deepest essence, those who share your frequency, your values, and your divine mission. Finding your soul tribe is one of the most powerful steps on your spiritual journey because it brings a sense of belonging, support, and mutual growth unlike any other. Your soul tribe feels like coming home after a long, exhausting journey. When you are with them, there is an immediate sense of ease, understanding, and acceptance. You don't have to explain yourself or hide parts of who you are. Your light is met with celebration, not judgment. Their presence mirrors your own soul, both your strengths and your shadows, encouraging you to grow and heal in ways you never thought possible. But discovering your tribe is not about chance or convenience. It is about alignment, spiritual and energetic alignment. You attract your tribe through the vibration you hold, not through forcing connections or seeking approval. If you are still carrying fear, self-doubt, or masking your true self, you may find it hard to connect with those who truly belong in your life. Your tribe recognizes the authentic you, the person who lives boldly in their truth and embraces their spiritual gifts without apology. Recognizing your soul tribe often happens in subtle, almost mystical ways. You might encounter them repeatedly in unexpected places, feel drawn to certain communities or events, or experience meaningful synchronicities, those divine nudges that confirm you are on the right path. Sometimes you may receive intuitive impressions or dreams that guide you toward specific people or places. It's important to remember that your tribe is not meant to complete you. They meet you where you already are whole. Their purpose is to support your growth and amplify your gifts as you fulfill your sacred mission together. True Soul Tribe members challenge you lovingly, hold space for your healing, and celebrate your victories. Finding your tribe also requires patience and discernment. Not everyone who seems aligned is truly your tribe. Some connections may be temporary or serve specific lessons. Trust your intuition to guide you in welcoming those who uplift you and releasing those who drain your energy. When you finally connect with your soul tribe, you will experience a powerful awakening of community and purpose. Together, you will rise higher, shine brighter, and walk boldly into the mission you were born to fulfill. While the idea of finding your soul tribe fills your heart with hope and excitement, it's important to recognize that this journey is not without its challenges. The path to genuine spiritual connection is often layered with tests, lessons, and moments of deep inner work. Understanding these challenges can prepare you to navigate them with grace, discernment, and faith. One of the first and most common obstacles is encountering counterfeit connections. Not everyone who speaks the language of spirituality or claims to be awake is truly aligned with divine truth. Some wear masks of light but operate from ego-driven motives, manipulation, or unresolved wounds. When you're longing for connection, it's easy to mistake familiarity or surface similarities for soul resonance. That's why discernment is crucial. Pay close attention to how people make you feel. Do they uplift your spirit and encourage your growth? Or do they create confusion, doubt, or drain your energy? Your intuition is a powerful guide. Learn to trust it, even when your mind tries to rationalize otherwise. Another challenge is impatience. After long seasons of loneliness and searching, the desire to find your tribe can lead to rushing connections or holding on to relationships that aren't truly aligned. Remember, divine timing is perfect. True soul tribe members arrive when both hearts are ready. Forcing a connection rarely leads to lasting, healthy relationships. Be patient and trust that what is meant for you will come in its own time. Old wounds and fears may also resurface as you deepen your connections. Your tribe reflects both your light and your shadows, which means healing can be triggered. Issues like fear of abandonment, trust struggles, or vulnerability may come up. These moments are not setbacks. They are opportunities to heal together in love and acceptance. A true tribe walks beside you through these challenges, offering grace and support rather than judgment or abandonment. Finally, understand that not every soul connection is meant to last forever. Some tribe members come for a season, helping you grow into your next version before moving on. This natural flow requires releasing relationships with love and faith, trusting that your divine path unfolds perfectly. Embracing these challenges with awareness and courage strengthens your journey. Each obstacle is an invitation to deepen your faith, refine your discernment, and step more fully into the powerful mission you were born to fulfill. When you finally unite with your soul tribe, something extraordinary happens. A powerful shift that touches every part of your being. This union is more than just a gathering of like-minded individuals. It is a sacred convergence of energies, missions, and hearts that creates a force far greater than the sum of its parts. Together, you awaken potentials, accelerate growth, and step into a higher level of purpose. One of the first gifts you'll notice in your tribe is a sense of effortless growth. What once felt heavy, slow, or overwhelming now flows naturally. This is because your tribe members do not drain your energy. They amplify it. They celebrate your strengths and encourage you to stretch beyond your limits. In their presence, your dreams feel more attainable, and your spiritual gifts shine brighter. This energy exchange creates momentum, propelling each member forward on their divine journey. Beyond growth, your tribe activates dormant gifts within you. Perhaps you've held back certain abilities, prophetic insight, healing, intuitive knowing, because you didn't feel safe or understood. But surrounded by your tribe, these gifts awaken and deepen. Your intuition becomes sharper, your spiritual downloads more frequent, and your creative expressions more inspired. This activation is a divine chain reaction, as each soul's light sparks the others, unlocking new levels of power and insight. The power of union also lies in belonging and acceptance. With your tribe, you experience a profound sense of being truly seen and valued for exactly who you are, flaws, shadows, and all. You no longer need to shrink or hide parts of yourself to fit in. Instead, your authenticity is met with love and celebration. This acceptance creates a safe space where vulnerability becomes a strength and healing can flourish. Together, your tribe becomes a collective force for transformation, not only for each other, but for the world. The union of your energies creates a ripple effect, spreading healing, awakening, and light far beyond your immediate circle. Your combined presence brings hope and change to communities, families, and even nations. In essence, the power of union is the sacred fulfillment of the journey you began when you first answered the call to awaken. It is the moment where your preparation meets divine alignment and your mission ignites with unstoppable force. This is what you have been waiting for, and it is closer than you think. Finding your soul tribe is a profound blessing, but it is just the beginning of a greater journey. Within this sacred community, you are not simply one among many. You carry a unique and essential role that only you can fulfill. Your gifts, your experiences, and your essence combine to create a frequency that enriches the entire tribe and advances its divine mission. Every member of the tribe contributes in a distinct way. You might be the healer, whose presence brings peace and restoration to weary hearts. You may be the seer, gifted with visions and insights that illuminate the path ahead. Perhaps you are the protector, standing guard over the tribe's safety and spiritual well-being. Or you could be the teacher, sharing wisdom that awakens others to their own power and purpose. Whatever your role, remember this: you are vital. Your contribution cannot be replicated or replaced. The tribe's strength depends on the fullness of your expression, your courage to show up authentically, your willingness to share your gifts freely, and your commitment to serve the greater good. It's natural to sometimes doubt your readiness or feel intimidated by the greatness you see in others. But know that the same divine power that chose you has equipped you. You lack nothing. Every challenge you have endured, every moment of growth and healing, has prepared you for this sacred position. Within your tribe, your authenticity is your greatest strength. You don't need to compete or compare. Instead, your presence invites others to step into their own truth. Your vulnerability becomes a source of healing, your faith a beacon of hope, and your leadership a call to rise. You also serve as a mirror to your tribe members, reflecting back their light when they forget their power and holding space for their healing when doubt creeps in. Your role is not just to receive, but to give, to uplift, encourage, and activate the divine potential within everyone around you. Remember, serving your tribe is not about exhausting yourself or striving endlessly. It flows naturally from a place of abundance and grace. Being fully who you are, living in truth and light, is the most powerful ministry you can offer. You are not a mistake or an accident. You are a sacred instrument in the divine symphony, vital to the harmony and mission of your tribe. Embrace your role with boldness and joy, knowing that through you, the collective light shines brighter than ever. Chosen one, breathe this in deeply. Your waiting is over. The isolation, the pain, the confusion, they have all led to this moment. The tribe is forming. The mission is calling. Your light is rising. The world needs your voice, your gifts, your fearless presence. Stand tall, shine boldly, own your divine identity without apology. The Most High has not forgotten you. Your tribe is coming, not by chance, but by divine appointment. Your time to rise is now. If this message speaks to your soul, declare it with me. Comment 777 and let the universe know you are ready to step into your sacred destiny. Have you ever felt like your life is on the brink of something incredible? Something beyond what you could have ever imagined? Maybe you've been searching for answers, waiting for clarity, or yearning for a breakthrough that seems just out of reach. If so, I want you to know this moment is no accident. You are not here by chance. God Himself has guided your path to this very time and place. There is a divine plan unfolding, and it's about to manifest powerfully in your life over the course of 3 remarkable days, May 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, 2025. These days are not just calendar dates, they are sacred appointments. They mark a prophetic season set aside by heaven for your complete transformation. If you are ready to step into a new reality filled with clarity, purpose, abundance, and divine favor, then listen closely. The journey you are about to embark on will redefine your destiny and reveal the fullness of God's promises for you. Why should you pay attention to these 3 days? Because what happens during this time is designed to awaken your spirit, align you with God's divine will, and unlock the blessings and breakthroughs you have long sought. So are you ready to open your heart and mind to what God has planned? Let's explore the divine trilogy that will change your life forever. Day 1, May 21st, 2025. the day of divine revelation and spiritual awakening. May 21st, 2025 marks the beginning of a profound journey, a day set apart for divine revelation and spiritual awakening unlike anything you have ever experienced. This day is not simply a date on the calendar. It is a sacred moment when God will reach deep into your soul to uncover truths that have been hidden, guiding you toward clarity and renewed purpose. Imagine standing on the edge of a new horizon where the veil of confusion, doubt, and uncertainty is lifted, revealing a clear path that has been carefully prepared for you. This awakening is more than a fleeting emotional experience. It is a deep, transformative reset of your entire being. On this day, the spiritual and physical worlds will meet within you as God's voice breaks through the noise of everyday life. But His communication will be subtle, tender, and profound, not always through words, but through quiet whispers in your heart, vivid dreams, sudden flashes of insight, or an inner knowing that cannot be ignored. It will feel as though God is speaking directly to the deepest chambers of your subconscious, illuminating mysteries that have long been buried. As the day unfolds, you may find yourself recalling moments from your past, experiences, lessons, even struggles, with a fresh perspective. Suddenly, what once seemed confusing or meaningless will start to make sense. Every challenge, every victory, every moment of waiting was a necessary part of this divine preparation. You will begin to see how your unique journey has shaped you for the purpose you are now ready to embrace. Questions that have lingered in your heart. Why am I here? What is my true calling? What is blocking my progress? Will begin to dissolve under the light of this revelation. The answers will come not only as knowledge, but as deep spiritual certainty that fills your soul with peace and confidence. The fog of indecision will clear, and you will experience a newfound sense of direction and purpose that propels you forward. This clarity will empower you to move with intentionality. No longer will you be held back by fear or the need for external approval. Instead, you will walk forward grounded in the assurance that your path is divinely ordained. This is not about pride or ego. It is about spiritual certainty, the calm strength of one who has heard from God and knows the way. Be prepared for this day to also bring emotional shifts. As God reveals these hidden truths, old fears, limiting beliefs, and doubts will begin to fall away. This process may feel challenging at times because transformation often requires shedding the old to make way for the new. Yet this spiritual shedding is necessary and freeing. You will emerge lighter, more focused, and more aligned with your true self. Ultimately, May 21st is an invitation to step into a higher level of spiritual awareness. It is a sacred moment to receive God's divine roadmap for your life, a clear vision of your calling, and the confidence to pursue it boldly. When this day concludes, you will not be the same. You will have awakened to a new reality, one filled with clarity, purpose, and an intimate connection with the divine guidance that will lead every step of your journey. Day 2, May 22nd, 2025, the day of manifestation and convergence of the spiritual and physical. If the first day was about revelation and awakening, the second day is about manifestation and alignment. On May 22nd, something extraordinary will happen, a convergence between the spiritual and the material realms. What you have prayed for, believed in faith, and hoped for will begin to take tangible form before your very eyes. This is the day where faith becomes sight. For years you may have waited patiently or struggled with uncertainty, but now the invisible support of heaven will become visible in your everyday life. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, relationships will shift, and healing will begin to manifest. Your prayers are no longer just words. They are seeds planted that now begin to sprout and bear fruit. Spiritually, you will sense a powerful infusion of energy coursing through your body and soul. You might feel lighter, more vibrant, and more alive than you have in a long time. This isn't just an emotional high, it's a cellular transformation, as if your very DNA is being rewritten to align with divine purpose. Physically, you may notice increased vitality, renewed health, or a fresh sense of well-being, Mentally and emotionally, your doubts and anxieties will fall away, replaced by a profound peace and assurance. What once seemed distant or impossible will suddenly be within reach. The breakthroughs that took years will unfold in moments. Financial breakthroughs, career advancements, healing in body and relationships. All these blessings will flow with divine ease. You are no longer alone in your journey. God's kingdom is actively supporting you, working behind the scenes to align circumstances and people that will bring your dreams to life. You will recognize that the spiritual and physical realms were never meant to be separate. They are intertwined, moving together in perfect harmony. As the universe aligns with your purpose, you will step into a flow of grace where things seem to fall into place effortlessly. This is not luck or coincidence, it is divine timing. On this day, embrace the magic of manifestation. Be ready to receive unexpected blessings. Be alert to new doors opening, an invitation, a message, a chance encounter that changes everything. Day 3, May 23rd, 2025. The day of miracles, breakthroughs, and divine favor. Following the deep revelation and awakening of May 21st, May 22nd stands as a day of remarkable manifestation, a day when the spiritual realm and the physical world come into powerful alignment. This is the moment when what you have long prayed for, believed in faith, and held tightly in your heart begins to take tangible shape right before your eyes. The invisible power of the divine will no longer be just a promise. It becomes a visible reality that transforms your life. On this day, the bridge between faith and sight is crossed. You will begin to see the fruits of your spiritual labor manifesting in the natural world. Opportunities that seemed out of reach will suddenly appear. Doors that were previously closed or hidden will swing wide open. Whether it's a breakthrough in your finances, healing in your body, restoration in your relationships, or new career paths emerging, you will witness firsthand the evidence of divine favor at work. The energy of May 22nd is unique because it doesn't only involve external change but also a profound inner transformation. Spiritually and physically, you will feel a renewed vitality and alignment with God's purpose. Many describe this experience as feeling lighter, almost as if your very cells are being energized and purified. This is more than just feeling good. It's a deep cellular realignment where your body begins to reflect the divine energy flowing through your spirit. This day will also reveal the deep connection between the spiritual and physical realms, showing you that these two dimensions were never meant to be separate. They work in harmony, with your faith acting as a powerful force that shapes your reality. What has been declared and believed in spirit now takes form in your everyday life. This convergence creates a powerful momentum that propels you forward with grace and ease. As your prayers and hopes start to manifest, you may notice a new sense of confidence and peace settling within you. The burdens of waiting, wondering, and hoping begin to lift. What once required months or even years to achieve may now unfold in moments. This is divine acceleration, where the delays and obstacles you faced begin to dissolve, making way for rapid progress. Spiritually, this day is a gift of divine support. You will feel an unseen but undeniable presence, guiding your decisions, inspiring your steps, and opening pathways you never imagined possible. It's a reminder that you are not alone. The kingdom of heaven is actively moving on your behalf. This assurance allows you to move boldly into your destiny, with faith and expectation. Physically, you may also experience signs of this transformation. Perhaps you will feel renewed energy, emotional lightness, or even changes in your appearance that reflect your inner growth. Your spirit and body are becoming one harmonious whole, each strengthening the other as you align more deeply with God's will. In summary, May 22nd is the day when your spiritual breakthroughs begin to materialize. It is the day of convergence, where faith becomes sight, prayer becomes reality, and divine promises are fulfilled. This sacred day invites you to embrace the powerful flow of manifestation and to step confidently into the abundant life God has prepared for you. The transformational impact of these 3 days. The final day. May 23, 2025, is a day of extraordinary miracles, powerful breakthroughs, and overwhelming divine favor. After the awakening of revelation on the first day and the tangible manifestations on the second, this day marks the culmination of God's transformative work in your life, a day when what once seemed impossible becomes undeniable reality. On this sacred day, you will experience the breaking of chains and the removal of obstacles that have long held you back. Whether in your finances, health, relationships, or spiritual journey, God's hand will move mightily to open doors and bring restoration where there was brokenness. This is a day when divine blessings flow freely and abundantly, flooding every area of your life with renewed hope and purpose. Financial breakthroughs will abound as new opportunities present themselves, opportunities you may have prayed for quietly, but that now come to life in ways you never expected. Whether it's a job offer, an investment payoff, or unexpected income, the resources you need will be released. The struggles and scarcity that once limited, you will give way to a new season of abundance and security. Health, too, will experience its own renewal. You may feel healing energy coursing through your body, restoring vitality and strength. This is a day of physical restoration where fatigue, illness, or emotional burdens begin to lift, replaced by a renewed sense of wellness and vigor. Your body will become a reflection of the spiritual transformation happening within. Your relationships will also flourish. Old wounds will be healed and new connections will form, relationships built on mutual support, encouragement, and shared purpose. You will find yourself surrounded by people who uplift and inspire you, strengthening your journey as you step fully into your God-ordained destiny. Spiritually, you will be infused with a fresh outpouring of divine power. This is the day when clarity, confidence, and spiritual authority rise within you. You will sense God's presence more intensely, filling you with peace and boldness to pursue your calling without hesitation. The grace that surrounds you will guide every decision, every action, and every word you speak. Leadership will emerge naturally from within you on this day. Whether in your personal life, your community, or your professional sphere, you will step into a role of influence with wisdom and compassion. The transformation you have undergone prepares you not only to lead, but to inspire others to rise alongside you. This is your moment to embrace your full potential and make a lasting impact. By the end of May 23rd, you will feel reborn, like a new creation who has shed old limitations and stepped into a powerful, radiant version of yourself. This transformation is profound, touching every aspect of your life and spirit. You will no longer be defined by past struggles or fears, but will move forward with unstoppable momentum, clarity, and divine favor. This day is not just an ending. It is the beginning of a new chapter marked by miracles, breakthroughs, and blessings that continue to multiply. God's favor will remain with you as a constant companion, opening doors no one can shut and providing everything you need to fulfill your destiny. As you embrace this day of miracles and divine favor, remember that you are chosen, deeply loved, and empowered by a God who delights in your success. Step boldly into your future, knowing that the transformation set in motion during these 3 days is only the beginning of the abundant life waiting for you. As these transformative days approach, it's essential to prepare your heart and mind with intentionality and faith. Begin by grounding yourself in trust. Trust in God's perfect timing and His divine plan for your life, even when the full picture is not yet clear. Release any lingering doubts, fears, or worries that may hold you back from fully receiving the blessings ahead. Embrace a posture of openness, allowing God's guidance and grace to flow freely into your spirit. Stay focused on your purpose, knowing that every shift and breakthrough is part of a greater design for your highest good. Cultivate patience and expectant hope, understanding that transformation often unfolds gradually, even when marked by powerful moments. By preparing yourself spiritually and emotionally, you align your entire being to walk boldly into this new season. Remember, faith is the key that unlocks the fullness of God's promises. Keep your heart open and step forward with confidence. As we come to the close of this powerful message, Remember that May 21st to 23rd, 2025, are not just ordinary days. They are your divine appointment for transformation, breakthrough, and favor. This is your moment to rise above limitations, embrace your true purpose, and walk confidently in the destiny God has prepared for you. The journey ahead is filled with hope, miracles, and unstoppable grace, and you are fully equipped to step into it with courage and faith. Thank you deeply for joining me on this spiritual journey today. If this message has touched your heart and stirred your spirit, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel. Together, we will continue to explore powerful truths, inspiring stories, and life-changing insights to help you grow closer to God and live out your highest calling. Subscribe now and be part of this growing community, walking boldly in God's favor and purpose. Your best days are just beginning. Let's rise together.